What's up guys? Welcome to another video. So, a different video today. Today we're gonna install a gauge cluster in a car. So this is the gauge cluster. So, if you live in Malaysia, you might know what kind of car this gauge cluster comes from. So yeah, without further ado, let's show the car. And this is the car. It's a 2004 Proton Wira Aerobac. It's got a 1.3 liter engine, in which, if you guys know that the 1.3 liter engine doesn't have a rev meter compared to the other top variants. I don't know why it doesn't come standard factory, maybe because it's gonna save more money, but oh well. It's annoying not to see a rev meter. That's why I'm gonna change the gauge cluster right now. And now we're inside the car. It's pretty standard for Proton Wira. I haven't changed anything yet. And here is the gauge cluster that we're trying to change. So yeah, there's no rev meter, and the one I bought is from a 1.5 liter, I think. Yeah, from a 1.5 liter Proton Wira. So yeah, we're gonna change it now. And here are the tools you need. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver and something to pry the plastic trim to remove the gauge cluster. I'm gonna use this flathead screwdriver. You can use what was it again? The trim remover tool thingy. Since I don't have it, I'm just gonna use a flathead screwdriver. And this is not mandatory, so you can just skip this since I like using electric screwdriver, and also I'm filming, so yeah, make it even more easier. So without further ado, let's change it up. Okay, step 1, you're gonna need to remove the screws under here. There's 2 Phillips head screws here, and inside the coin tray there's a screw somewhere around here. Somewhere around here, to expose the 2 screws that holding this plastic trim, which is hidden under here. Since the screw for this part is lost, I'm just gonna use the flathead screwdriver just to pry it open. So just pry it open. There we go. And there's that. Since I lost the 3 screws. I have no idea why. It's pretty common to lose screws in this car apparently. So yeah. Thanks. And you're gonna expose. You can feel it. And you're gonna expose that screw. And that screw. So now, since this has been opened, you can now open the one screw here and the other screw here. And finally, the screw here. Oh yeah, don't forget to open the 2 screws that's holding it. So yeah, let's remove it. Okay, so next we're gonna remove this plastic trim. So lower down the steering wheel for ease of placement. Okay. And I'm gonna use an electric screwdriver because it's way more easier. So you just align it there. And that's 1 screw. There's the other one. Don't do that, you will strip the screw. And there you go, that's 1 other screw. And here is the other screw. That's the other screw. There you go. Let's remove it first. Now, like I that's it. There's 2 screws under this other plastic one. So let's remove that. And there you can see it's a screw right here. So let's remove that. There you can see. That. Go. Don't drop it. We're gonna have a bad time. And there's the other screw right here. So just align that. And oh, you're free. The screw. Now you're free to open the plastic trim. There you go. So to do that, just have a long fingernail like mine. Just pry it open slowly. Don't rip your fingernails. Or you could just use the flathead screwdriver. I'm gonna use a flathead screwdriver since I don't have any like leverage when using one hand. Don't damage the gray trim dashboard thingy. So yeah, just pry it open, and once it's open, you're good to go. And you are now free. Oh shoot! Remember to take the 2 screws that just fell. I forgot to take the 2 screws. We'll be back, and we're back. Okay. Once you like open this up, you're gonna need to remove every single cable that's connected here. So just there's a tab, so you just release it. I don't have any strength, so I'm just gonna stop here for now. Okay, so now every single plug has now been ejected. So it's pretty simple, I guess, since this is an old NAS, so it's gonna get stuck anyway, since it haven't been removed in a while, since in the factory, I mean. Yeah, now this has been slowly removed, and just put it there. Go, don't mind the rubber piece, we can put it back in. And now you have exposed the 4 screws holding the gauge cluster. 2 up here, 1 somewhere around here, if you can see it. There we go. There's 1, and 1 is in there. Yeah. So I'll go. I'm just gonna use a normal screwdriver here. Just gonna use a normal screwdriver here because this screw is hard to, like, it's easy to open, just that the angle for the screw. Use an electric screwdriver, I don't think it will stick. So I'm just gonna use this normal screwdriver. Yes. Open it up, and there. Slowly move it out. There you go. Let's put it there. Let's put it there. Let's put it there. Okay, next, everything you can use an electric screwdriver. So that. Do not do that. Use a screwdriver that has a magnetic tip. So yeah, now the gauge classes are free. Okay, so now just pull it apart and make sure it's not snagged on something, and turn it, and there you go. You have done your first gauge cluster swap open thingy. Okay, a reminder when doing this cluster swap. This car is a fuel injection variant from factory, which means it's already got the 5 pins that needed to run the RPM meter. Okay, from the left, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5th pin controls the RPM meter. If you guys don't have that RPM meter, which means it's either a carburetor version. Since you guys' car is carburetor version from factory, then I don't think you guys will have that particular pin. So you're gonna need some extra steps of wiring just to make the RPM meter work. So yeah, with that said, let's install the gauge cluster. Okay, we now got the camera prep. Let's install that gauge cluster. First, what you're gonna need to do is just try fitting it first. Remove any cables. Just slowly finicky itself in there. There we go. And it just presses in. Everything should be aligned. And it just worked. Everything is installed. Let's screw it in. Okay, the 4 screws have been installed. So before we put back all the plastic trim and connect all the wiring, we should test it out first. So cars in manual. Cars in neutral. Clutch in. Humming sound. Here goes nothing. Alright, now it's working. Let's go. Now we have a working RPM meter. As you can see, it's working really well. Okay, before the neighbors are mad at me, I'm just gonna shut it down. Yes, it's finally working. It finally has an RPM meter for this car. Okay, let's shut it down. Oh man, it works so well. Okay, let's put back everything and I'll see you in the outro of the video. Okay, everything is now installed. You can see the RPM meter is still working. Everything's installed. Things plug in right, connect, AC, watch, here, everything's installed. So yeah, it's fairly simple if you have a fuel injection variant of this car, since every cable is already preset. As long as it's a fuel injection car, then this gauge cluster swap is fairly simple. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I can cover this restoration, I guess. Can you call it restoration? I guess so. Let's call it restoration. There's a bunch of rust in the trunk. So yeah, so guys, so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video on Whatever Make It. Bye.